Well, like a lot of people, I suppose I was 7 or 8, and I was watching Top of the Pops. You think, wow, I want to play a guitar like that. It looks really cool. And my granddad, he was going to America, and he says, I'll bring you one back. So I thought, wicked, And he came back. Bless him, he had like a ukulele. So I kind of hid my disappointment, and I learnt that instead. And bizarrely, that sort of led on to playing in a band, even though I was from 8 to about 15, 16. And we played all the working men's clubs in the north of England. And you had to have a special licence because you were that young. But looking back as an adult, I find it kind of a bit shocking how much work you were allowed to do. And that led to like television work and stuff like that, and a record and things, but nothing huge. But a lot of live stuff. Yeah, about 16, punk hit, and I managed to get hold of a guitar at last. And I also had like a Brown Sugar record, and on the flip side was this sort of do-do-do-do-do. So I learned how to sort of put a few chords together. Played in a punk band. Again, no great shakes or anything, but that was quite good. Lived in London for a bit. I'd gone down from the north, and then I kind of had a bit of nothing going on, and I didn't know about open tuning, I didn't know about that kind of thing, and I was finding it hard to write anything. And we moved out west, southwest of England 10 years ago, and that's when I stumbled across open tuning and all these blues guys, and eventually stumbled across cigar box guitars. That was about 3 years ago.
Oh my Lord, just about me. Oh my Lord, just about me. Driven in your flames, or drowning in the deep blue sea. I got me caught between the rock and a hard place. I got me caught between the rock and a hard place. To writing out your name, to writing out my face, dog. Come Judas, and let me carry the mark you came. You can call me Judas, and let me carry the mark you came. For a handful of silver, I deny I saw your face. All rise! This ain't no sinner. Can't you hear me knocking on your door? This ain't no sinner. Can't you hear me knocking on your door? This is so easy. Oh, don't you come around here no more. Don't you come around here no more.
I wrote a song and put it on YouTube, and people liked it. So then I wrote another one, and then this guy rang up from London, and he said, "Do you want to do a show?" And I said, "No, because I haven't practiced enough." So he said, "Okay, I'll ring you back," which is really funny because he could have had anyone playing this particular venue. And so I practiced, and sure enough, he rings back. He says, "You ready now?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Where is it?" And I thought he was going to say, the Red Lion in Islington. And he said, "It's the 100 Club." And I go, "The 100 Club?" He went, "Yeah." And so that was my first gig, supporting Bob Logg at the 100 Club. I mean, I hadn't played live for 20 years or something. The adrenaline was, So that actually was the first CD, because it got recorded. I'm not really that keen on that CD, but it's quite good as a historical document, that's not too pretentious a thing to say. But then, later on, I wrote some more tunes, and and the Americans spotted me, and they started sending me presents, which is very nice of them. I think they saw how terrible my woodworking skills were. So this is an example of one, and it means quite a lot to me, because it's from somebody who didn't want anything back. Do you know what I mean? He didn't sell it to me. He said he saw me on the internet, and it got him interested in music again. So I find that quite touching. And so he made this in a cellar in Pennsylvania, and he painted my name on it. Painted it in my colours of like the Hollowbelly logo, and he sent it me, which was a beautiful thing. And this became my default go-to cigar box guitar. The first album, Punk Northern and Blue, is written and played entirely on this. He even made the pickup himself, using a Singer sewing machine to put the wire around the magnet. I think that might be off a kettle, but I'm not so sure. But this has been around Europe with me now. It's got a little bit bowed worn, as they say, and you can see it's a cigar box on the back. No frets, but it's got that sort of magic that cigar box guitars have. Yeah, pretty neat. In about 4 weeks I'm going up to Yorkshire. I've got a friend, Blues Bean Redshaw, who lives on a farm there, and he recorded my first album for me, and he's offered to record my second one, and I'll be going there and recording it in about 4 weeks. And but the exciting thing is I learned an extra string. So, as you can see, count them. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, this is a one made by Chicken Bone John, who's the godfather of the cigar box guitar movement here in England, and a little bit more sophisticated, if you can use the word sophisticated in terms of cigar box guitars. I mean, it's got frets this time, and it's got a humbucker pickup on it. and this one's metal. And just the extra string, it doesn't make it better, it just opened up a few different avenues when I was writing the tunes. It's really weird because I find each cigar box guitar seems to have like songs in it. It sounds a bit hippie-ish or pretentious, and some of them have more than others. Yeah, there's a lot of tunes came out of that, and yeah, I like them. I'm quite pleased, and the lucky thing is I got to tour Europe. I've just come back from a tour of Europe, and I got to play the new tunes before the album's out, which I think is a good idea. A lot of people, when they start out, they want to make an album as soon as they can, and I can understand that because it feels real. You know, you've arrived. Look, I've got an album. But if you can, I like to spend a lot of time just playing them. You find extra little bits in the song, and if you've recorded it too soon, oh dear, it's on vinyl or it's on CD, you can't change it. And of course, you got the crowd response to the songs, and you think, yeah, they're liking them. So yeah, it's all good. I'm really looking forward to making the new album. It's all, like I say, it's all written, and I just need to put it down now. Well, I'd just like to say, I don't know, to me, it's inclusive. The cigar box guitar scene, the whole thing is inclusive, and you don't have to be rich. That's what I like about it. You know, you don't have to, there's no more staring in a shop window looking at a £1,000 Gibson or a Fender. Can't afford it, so what? Get into your garage, you know, that's what I did. I had a tin, a rusty tin my kids had left out in the garden. I got a banister rail from B&Q, shoved it in the tin, stretched 3 strings across, you know. I ended up playing that at the 100 Club, 25 quid drum from eBay, still using that drum. Don't need a lot of money. And from a sort of slightly left of centre, you know, aging punk, it's very appealing because it's just got that whole, you know, DIY, not EMI. You know, you can just do it yourself. And that's what I like about it. Anyone watching here, you know, just they can go on to Cigar Box Nation or, you know, a couple of the other cigar box sites. There's plans, people there to help you. And it's easy. If I can build one, I mean, my wife knows how appalling my woodworking skills are. If I can build one, anyone watching this can. So go and do it.